Okay, now we're going to talk about cleaning the espresso machine. A little bit more complicated. But the first thing that you want to do is take a little bit of this same product, the espresso machine cleaner, and you want to put approximately a tablespoon in the bottom of a container like this. And then you want to fill that with hot water. Be careful not to splash yourself with this boiling water. You fill it about half of the way up. Something like this. And then you take your portafilter and you want to take out any baskets that you have like that. Wipe them out quickly so that there's not too much coffee in there. And then use one of your spoons or your flavor knives and you wedge it in there and you just pop out the basket like that and drop it in the hot soapy water. And then you take your portafilter and you put in a different basket. It's called a blind basket. It has no holes. And you pop that in the place of the basket that you had before. And you want to put in a dime-size amount of this product. Just like that. And set it off to the side. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to scrub the gasket. If you look here, you can see there's a screen, and then up above the screen on the sides, there's a thin rubber disc that's called a gasket. And we want to scrape the oils off of that gasket. So what we do, run the group, and then take our gasket brush like this, and go around the exterior of the screen to clean the gasket. You can see how this brush looks. It's covered in coffee grounds and coffee oils. So I'm going to rinse it off and do it again. Make sure that it's scrubbed clean. That is, the rubber disc comes into contact with the edge of the basket and holds the pressure in. And you want to go through and clean all three groups. During this video, we'll just work on one group to save time. Everybody's time. Okay, that's pretty clean now. And then we take our blind portafilter with the product inside, and we set our timer. We can change the side to count up mode. And we'll start the group using this button on the side, which just allows it to run indefinitely. And we want to run it for 10 seconds on, and then 10 seconds off, 10 times. Is that easy to remember? 10 on, 10 off, 10 times. So pretending as though that was actually 10 times, again to save time. The next step is to take the portafilter out and then rinse it off with water from the group. And what you're doing is you're just rinsing off any of that cleaning product. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing that we just did, using only water, no product at all. 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 times. You can actually do multiple groups at the same time. You will be equipped with multiple portafilters and multiple blind baskets. And you can run all three groups simultaneously. So we're running it, and we'll pretend that that was 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 times. And then we pop out the blind basket, and we want to soak this in the same solution as the portafilter basket is soaking in. We allow that to soak for around 15 minutes, and then let it soak, let it soak, let it soak. Pretending that this has been 15 minutes, you'll pour out the solution into the sink, and then use a Scotch-Brite pad to scrape off any of the coffee oils that are built up on the inside of the portafilter. You can see with the product and with the Scotch-Brite, it's really cleaning up nicely. It'll still be a little bit stained, but it'll get rid of most of the residual coffee oils. You'll also want to clean the bottom of the spout and all around. Same thing with the basket. Once it's done, you'll rinse it with cold water thoroughly. You want to make sure to get all the product off of it. And then overnight, you put the basket back in, lock it into your clean group, and let it sit overnight. And now you're done cleaning this group. The next step is you want to remove any of your tools and put these through the dishwasher. Any spoons that you used, any cups that you used, and you want to pull up the steam wands, wipe them down thoroughly. Take one of your pitchers, like this, fill it full of ice, and then some cold water, and then you want to steam this until it becomes hot. What that'll do is break down any milk that's trapped in the milk steam wand. Makes a beautiful sound, huh? Okay, now it's hot. I'm going to wipe it down again and blast it out thoroughly. You want to use that same Scotch-Brite, if you need to, or the rag, to wipe down the stainless steel to make sure that all the holes in the bottom of the steam wand are completely free and clear. Once you've done that, you want to take this tray and either wipe it down with your milk wand rag and then send it through the dishwasher. And also, you want to remove your drip tray, just like that. Pour it out into the sink. And then using Windex or just a damp towel, you can wipe this down as well to get rid of any grounds that are trapped on it. This is also something that you can send through the dishwasher if you'd like. So now we've cleaned our espresso machine. The next step is we need to clean our grinder. So you'll come over to the grinder and take the tray, pour it out, anything that's left over, wipe, and then using the cover, anything that's trapped in there, dose it out. And there's a small brush that you can use to wipe it off as well, all the little dosing stars. And then you take off the hopper. And you want to take the coffee that's in here and pour it back into the bag that it came from. So, let's see, I don't actually have the bag that it came from, so I'll use this box. And then using your dry towel, you want to wipe out the oils that are trapped in here. You never want to run this through the dishwasher though. Just use a dry towel to wipe it out completely and thoroughly. The hardest part will be in the bottom, where you see all those oils collect. And once you've wiped it out completely, you can put it back on and leave it for the next day when they can refill it with espresso. Then you wipe off this fork, the bottom of the grinder, tip the grinder back and wipe below it, sweep it all into the garbage, and you have cleaned your espresso area.